Hello, good afternoon. We are beginning our time together today, a little late. Not sure if it was a computer that I'm using or the platform Zoom. The fact is I couldn't log in, it was just spinning. And I'm so glad that this is a mindfulness practice, a mindfulness meditation practice. And this is also, we're looking into reasons to practice in a daily basis, maybe beginning today and maybe beginning on January 1st, 2025. Either way, if it wasn't for the practice, I would be here pulling out my hair because there was no explanation. It was just spinning and I could not do anything. Of course, I can do something later. I can check my computer and see if we had any glitching here. But the fact is, I'm now enjoying the capacity to stay with what it is. Just stay. And when I try to connect to Zoom, and I know that you're there on Instagram, you're there on YouTube, and you're also waiting for me to let you in out of the waiting room on Zoom, and nothing is happening. I have to come back to my breath. I have to connect with the in breath, the out breath, center, ground myself, and wait. And then see if something would need more assistance. But pulling out my hair definitely would not have helped. So I appreciate we being here together today. I am Rosana Magalhães. I'm a mental health counselor and a psychologist. I'm also a practitioner of mindfulness meditation for many, many years, almost 20 or more than 20 years. So today we are in our third meeting of creating scientific reasons to support you in your intention to cultivate and maintain a daily mindfulness practice. So you can ask, how can I do that? How can I fit one more thing in my already full plate? And that is the invitation. Is that to connect with your plate and see, what are my choices here? Can I open up a space to care for who I am, to be with me, to offer space to that I am? So I hear many, many times people saying, I don't have time. And when possible, I invite people to change, I don't have time, and instead say, I don't have space. Because time we all have. If we can say one thing that is fair to anyone, human beings, animals, nature, we all have the same amount of time. We have a 24 hours in a day, a 1440 minutes in a day. We all. So when you look at your plate and you say, I don't have time, this is not really accurate. You can say, I don't have space in that time that I do have. So I filled up my plate, and for good reasons. No way that I am implying that we're not good reasons. We need to have our rest. We need to take care of our family and pets and work and mundane things. Yet, instead of saying, I don't have time, imagine that you're looking at the plate and say, I don't have space. Because then you can look again and say, is there anything here that I could either postpone or ditch it altogether? Not be so much involved in engaging with this one thing. And then I can find space in my plate, in my day, for a mindfulness meditation practice. And that is my invitation. So today we are in our meeting number 3, is the last meeting in a series of 3 meetings that we had in 3 consecutive Mondays. And we are going to be working on the last 4 scientific papers that invite us to see benefits of practice as evidenced by research. But before we begin, I'll invite you to connect with me in this moment of mindfulness. If you have any questions, you please either send me a question on Instagram or YouTube, or you can send me a question, comment, suggestion on my email, which is contact@rosanacounseling.com. Rosanna spells with 2 S's, 1 N, Rossana. So let's begin with a moment of connecting with the body, the breath, and the moment. I'll be inviting the sound of the bell 3 times, and I suggest that as much as possible, you can come back and just be focused on the hearing. So as the sound of the bell starts to fade away, I'm inviting you to continue paying attention to the present moment, connecting with your posture, allowing the posture to be comfortable and also alert, connecting with your eyes, noticing if the eyes want to be open, closed, or semi-opened. Connecting with your shoulders. Maybe noticing if it's possible to allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. So in this moment, the invitation is that body and sensations in the body become the only focus of attention. And of course, when I say the only focus, I also become aware that the mind tends to bring thoughts to carry away the attention and the focus. This is not wrongdoing. Noticing that the mind is thinking and it's calling for attention, and sometimes it's taking the attention away. It's just a moment of mindfulness. So it's part of your mindfulness meditation. And the invitation, if you care to attend, is to just notice, where did the mind go? Just one word to label the activities of the mind, to make it aware and known. And then return to the body. That's now our object of attention. Notice if it's possible for you to connect with the sensation of being seated, lying down, or standing, whatever position you are. If seated, sensing the sensations of being seated. If standing, sensing the sensations. If lying down, sensing the sensations. So begin to be curious. Begin to notice that you can be witnessing what the body is experiencing in this moment. No need to judge, to like or dislike. It's just noticing. Complete awareness of the body. And you might run into a discomfort in the body. And that's okay. If you choose, you might invite the breath to go all the way to that place of discomfort. And bathe it with the awareness of the in-breath, and with the out-breath, allowing the area to expand if possible, and any tension to be released if possible. So as we are here, connecting to the present moment, witnessing the present moment, let's be for a moment in silence together, bringing our attention back over and over again to your body. Slowly at your own pace. So the sound of the bell is no longer present. You can check in which other sounds are now present, and realizing that sounds are only possible in the present moment. What a beautiful invitation to return and pay attention to birds, or to sirens, or to conversations, because they only happen in this moment. This is so precious when we connect with the present moment awareness. So because we began a little later today, I'm going to extend a little bit, and I apologize for that. As I have said, we had a issue connecting to Zoom. So I'll be now sharing my screen for those of you who are watching here on Zoom. For those of you who are on YouTube or Instagram, please send me an email at contact@rosanacounseling.com and I will send you the presentation. And maybe even if you choose the video. So today's our meeting number 3. It's November 18, 2024. And we are going to see the last 4 scientific papers that inform us in reasons to begin our daily, consistently mindfulness meditation practice. So today we are going to see how mindfulness meditation can improve sleep and enhance emotional health, and in which ways mindfulness meditation can help the nervous system. So I'll begin with the first research, and you know we have had the opportunity to see 8 previous scientific papers showing us reasons to develop our mindfulness meditation in a daily basis. And now you're going to see the last 4. So when we begin to look into the reasons and what this reason number 9 is telling us is that practicing mindfulness meditation can increase mood. So when you look at the picture that's here, you see 3 people sitting on the bench, and the expression of feeling connected and calm. And you see 3 people standing up behind the bench with a facial expression of stress, of disagreement. So when we say that mindfulness meditation increase our awareness of the mood, it's not that it changes, which in a way can happen, but it's mostly that you become aware. You know that the day that I have this, I don't know if you do, that I wake up and I say, uh-oh, seems like I'm upside down today. Things are not so open, and I have to come back to myself to say, so what am I grateful before I get out of the bed? What am I grateful for? What can I see here that can help me in accepting my mood is not the best this morning, and also move the station of the radio, as I like to say, and go in and what is working, so I can help the nervous system to not jump immediately in the defensive mechanisms. So increasing mood, we have in 2010 a research called Mindfulness Meditation Improves Cognition and Consciousness. So the study was conducted by Dr. Zadan and was looking into the effects of mindfulness meditation in cognition and mood. And they found an increase in pleasant mood in all participants that were practicing mindfulness meditation, which did not happen with the control group. So in what they noticed is that there was a improved memory as well, and executive function alertness. So the executive function is mainly on the prefrontal cortex, and it helps us to make plans, to create space in our plate for the mindfulness meditation, and many other tasks that are necessary in on a daily basis. So when they say, oh, this is the result of the research, this is a good thing for us to notice, to intentionally find a way to create our daily mindfulness practice. So let's go to our reason number 10. And this is wonderful. This research is showing us, was a 2014 research, is showing us that practicing mindfulness meditation can increase sleep. So improve the quality of your sleep. And this was a meta-analysis, which means many research, many papers, scientific papers were collected and were studied together to come to this meta-analysis. In this way, we had a scientific research showing us that daily mindfulness practice can improve quality of sleep. So if you're struggling with not having good night of sleep, consistent sleep, you might want to try to create your daily mindfulness practice. And if you want to know how, just send an email to rosanacounseling.com, contact@rosanacounseling.com. So this research showed, and it's evidence because it's science and is research conducted with the group that is taking the intervention and the other group that is not. So there's a comparison in this group. So was people that were struggling with the quality of sleep, they had a improvement in their quality of sleep, both in hours that they can sleep uninterruptedly, also on how they feel about themselves in the morning. So this was conducted again in 2024 and was a investigation in mindfulness reducing stress and increasing well-being, mostly focused on improving sleep quality. So now we are going to our reason number 11, why it might be a good idea to have a daily mindfulness practice. So we can enhance emotional health. So emotional health is when I can look at my emotions with awareness. Emotional health doesn't mean that I am joyful and happy all the time. No, because that doesn't exist. So emotional health is, okay, I'm feeling sad. Can I hold it without pushing it under the rug? Can I see maybe clearly what is it that's bringing sadness? And then I change the radio station. So what else is happening here today that I can balance with this feeling of sadness or anger or despair or hopelessness? So I'm always looking for something that will show that two apparently uncomparable emotions, they can have at this, be present at the same time. So when a mindfulness-based intervention was presented to the participants in this study, and this was the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, they noticed that participants that received mindfulness meditation training and practice that they had a sense of feeling more aware of that, the emotions, or not responding to the emotions with anger or with unawareness. So there was an increase in the awareness of the emotions, which means as we get to know what is happening with us and as we accept, look into it, and also bring something else to balance it, we become healthier emotionally. And to end our 12 scientific evidence to create and maintain your daily mindfulness meditation practice, we are looking into a research that shows improvement in the nervous system performance. So just to be clear, our nervous system, most of the time, is very concerned with our survival. So with this way, the nervous system might look into events that are happening in our life with the eyes of survival mechanism. So it might look into an email as a big threat. It might look into a conversation as a big threat. So when we have mindfulness meditation practice, helping the nervous system to actually recognize real moments of threat and to slow down and allow the parasympathetic branch to be active when we don't are engaged in any threatened activity. That is so wonderful because we can actually be calmer and relax and recognize that, okay, I don't like that email. I don't like that conversation. I don't like the way that person spoke with me. And I can take care of myself first before addressing that. When you say that to yourself, you send a signal to your limbic system and say, hey, limbic system, you don't need to fight, you don't need to flight, and you don't need to freeze. I am aware of what is happening. So the study's findings highlight the benefits of a daily mindfulness practice in improving the performance of the nervous system, which is allowing the nervous system to access threat in a more realistic base than normally it might happen, because we are so ingrained in many news and controversy and people talking bad about people, that we need to be connected with ourselves and our inner nature of peaceful people. Deep inside, we don't see a baby being ashamed of themselves. We see a baby pooping in their pants, peeing in their pants, yelling when they are hungry. And then we grow up, and sometimes we just fail to recognize what really is my need right now. Do I need some comfort? Can I offer that comfort to myself before I ask for someone else to offer it? Can I be in my side and be a strong companionship to myself? So with that, we are ending our series of 3 practices, 3 meetings with 12 reasons to begin your daily mindfulness practice and continue with it. You can send me an email at contact@rosanacounseling.com. You can write me on WhatsApp, 336-543-6624. And let's continue this intention. Let's be together. You're not alone. I'm here with you to create and maintain your daily mindfulness meditation practice. If you have in your plate a space for 5 minutes now, it's okay. If you have a space for 10, 15 minutes, it's okay. And as we said at the beginning, don't tell yourself, I don't have time. Just again, all people in this world, all animals and plants, they all have the same amount of time. What might be missing is space on your plate. And you can look deeply into your plate and see, how can I create a space here for my daily mindfulness meditation practice, starting now or starting in January 2025. I'm so grateful you're here with me. I really appreciate your company on Zoom, on Instagram, on YouTube. This afternoon will be on Facebook. And we are closing, which is the 12 reasons to begin your daily mindfulness practice. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.